Hello everybody and welcome to Susie B Living's Moonphase Gardening schedule. I've had to come and do this video inside because we've just been having rain, constant rain for days. And even if I was in the greenhouse, the noise on the greenhouse would be too much. So I've come inside. I am actually in my sewing room and taking refuge from this awful weather. But let's get on with what we're going to do for the rest of the week. And you'll be able to do this in between showers and wind and all of that business as well. So this is my diary for Thursday the 21st of September all the way through to Sunday the 24th of September. So let's start with Thursday. Thursday is Leaves Day, and Leaves Day, as I've mentioned many times, is one of my favourite days because there's quite a lot to do on the Moonphase calendar. For my sowing, I am going to sow some more of that giant winter spinach. And the reason why I'm going to sow, I've already got 40 cells of the spinach. I've got 2 seeds per cell. I've already got one lot of that and it looks beautiful. It's not ready yet to transplant into the garden, but it's looking really good. The reason why I'm going to do another load is because my Rubino spinach that I planted much earlier has gone to seed, gone to flower, or is going to flower. It's bolted, as you can see. I'll show you a photo of it. So I need just a little bit more spinach to last me through the winter. I find that this giant winter spinach is the best winter spinach there is. It has massive leaves on it. It does really well in all sorts of weather. The only thing is that when spring comes, it does have a tendency to quickly bolt and go to flower, but it doesn't matter because by that stage I'll have other things to put in the garden and I can just harvest it all. Last year I harvested it all and I made things like spanakopita and I just used it up, and I've also got quite a lot still in the freezer that needs to be used. That's my sowing of leaves. The next thing that I'm going to do is for my transplanting, I've got some really nice curly parsley that I'm going to transplant out. I'll put a few in pots and I will also put a few in the garden. It's not as hardy as the flat leaf parsley, but it's still hardy enough. And I have quite a few of these cute little pots here that I can transplant out. The other thing I wanted to show you is I've got a new project over at the Allotment to do with herbs. So on the side of my shed, I have got this little basket here that is, well, it's a kind of wire basket. It's not very attractive at all. And when we inherited this shed, there was really kind of nothing in there except weeds. So what I've got here is I am going to put really, really lovely herbs in here. I have got a really great collection here from one of my favorite people and favorite companies, which is Urban Herbs. And I've got a few thymes, 2 thymes. So I've got thyme, carbon, wine and roses. I've got this one at home. It's got a beautiful, beautiful kind of pinky, mauvey flower. I've got a creeping lemon thyme. And then I've got these 2 trailing rosemaries as well. But I wanted to show you this because I have recycled a pair of trousers of mine that are a little bit snug now, I must say. And they are just a kind of like a cotton trouser, and I've put them in here as the hanging, well, it's not really yeah, it's a hanging basket, I suppose, liner, and they fit it fits really, really beautifully. I've got the 2 legs on this end, and this end here I've got the kind of waist and gusset. So I am going to plant this up now, and it's going to look the business. But here we are. Doesn't that look fantastic? There's my thymes, and there's my trailing rosemary, and there's my little sign. That's something to do for the winter. Hanging basket as well, everybody. For my feeding, as I said last week, or as I said a few days ago actually, I'm not feeding anything this time of year. Everything is looking good. Like I said, if things are starting to look a little bit yellow and they're in pots, get them into the ground as soon as possible. Or if they're going to stay in pots, just give them a feed, a nitrogen feed. So that is my feeding. So Friday, the 22nd of September, is also Leaves Day. It's actually Leaves Day up until 7 p.m. So unless you're going into the garden after 7 p.m, I probably won't, because our sun is setting just after 7 p.m, so I won't be going out into the garden. So let's just deal with the leaves on Leaves Day. I'm going to continue, if I haven't done everything that I wanted to get done on Thursday that I've just mentioned, I'll continue doing it. The other thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to check all my little lettuce seedlings, because I have one more sowing of lettuce in a few days time, when the next lot of leaves come up, and that is my last kind of major sowing of lettuce for winter and going into spring. So I'm going to check all the little seedlings that I've got at the moment, and I like to give them a little bit of a tickle, as you can see. They do enjoy that. They enjoy a little bit of movement. So that's another thing that I'm going to add to my leaves. So that's for Friday. Saturday, the 23rd of September, is the autumn equinox already. Wow. It was only the spring equinox yesterday, wasn't it? Anyhow, we are on Fruits Day. Now, Fruits Day at this time of the year, like I've mentioned before, there's no sowing and there's no transplanting. So it really is all about maintaining what you've got, but mainly harvesting. So I am getting everything harvested at the moment. My tomatoes are starting to look not too bad. So I think I'll get a few tomatoes. Okay, so let's talk about tomatoes. This time of year, I don't think you've probably got all of your tomatoes ripened. If you have, well done to you. I definitely haven't. So ripened tomatoes don't need to ripen on the vine. Of course, they will probably taste better if they do ripen on the vine. The best way I find, especially at this time of year, is when you see a tomato starting to turn, they call it turning. As soon as they start turning and they go from the kind of pinky whitey colour to the blushy colour, that's when you can actually harvest your tomatoes. Bring them in, put them on a windowsill. They need warmth and they need light. And therefore you should get all of your tomatoes ripened. The other thing that I am still harvesting a lot is I am harvesting my peppers. They're all coming in. My chillies are starting to come in as well. There's no need to kind of worry about those. The aubergines are more or less finished being harvested. I've had a great crop of aubergines. A lot of people ask me what is my success in my aubergines, and that is buy grafted plants. If you can get hold of grafted plants, that is the way you get great aubergines, especially in the UK. I think we're temperate zone 8 here in Lincolnshire. So if you're anywhere like that and you can get grafted plants, go and get them, because I've had so much success this year and I've tried and tried and tried growing seeds, and it just takes way too long. And then by the time you start to get aubergines, you start to get red spider mite. So grafted plants. The other thing I've been harvesting is figs, and I have this fig tree down by the bottom of my garage, and we cut it back every year really hard, and it loves being cut back, and I always get a bumper crop of figs, so that has been absolutely wonderful. The other thing I've been harvesting is sweet corn. Let me show you. So this is how you tell whether your sweet corn is ready. You can see I've already done it in there, but this cob was kind of virtually, the kernels were popping out of it. So what I'm doing is, I'm just going to pull this back and I'll show you. I hope you can see. So to check whether your sweet corn is ready, I don't have any fingernails, but you put your fingernail in there. You see that white stuff that popped out onto my fingernail? That means they're ready. Exciting! So the last day of the week, Sunday, the 24th of September, is Fruits Day yet again. And it's Fruits Day until about 10 o'clock at night. So again, if I haven't harvested what I need to harvest, I will be going out and I will be doing that. I keep going out every day and bringing in a big truckload of peppers and chillies and the tomatoes that are coming. I've been making lots of preserves as well, and it's all very, very nice. My squash, I'm going to show you a photo of a squash that I grew last year, and it was lovely. The only thing is, it didn't really last through the winter because it rotted, which is a little bit disappointing. My squash is slow, but it's still looking great. There's no powdery mildew on it, so I'm going to keep them going. It's very sheltered by a fence, so that's fine. They can keep growing. That's it. So that's fruits on Sunday. Thank you for watching. My next video is coming out on Sunday night, and that will cover the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's Sunday, the 24th of September, 2023, and it covers the next 3 days. I hope that you're Moonphase Gardening. I had a message from someone who has started Moonphase Gardening. They've just been doing it for the last 6 weeks, and they're getting fantastic germination on all of their crops and all of their things that they're sowing. So that is excellent. It makes me very excited. So we have a convert there. And I hope that you will grow along with me. Remember, I don't stop growing. I grow all year round. So it's very exciting when you're a gardener. You know, I don't know. I used to just come inside and do nothing, but now I don't. Now I grow all year round. So if you think that you have to wait until next year, next spring, to join me, Moonphase Gardening, you don't. You can actually join me now, because I will take you through the whole year, through the winter. So give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and then you'll get my videos, or at least you'll get notifications that I've got videos out. All right, see you next time. Bye.